Hi, nobodies. Um, just got done doing my hair. I think it's gonna be really fucking red. Wow. Um, I also got done taking care of a couple of little spots because that's the bad thing about washing your face is, the dirt of the day kind of covers up some things. Now, I look really blotchy right now. Um, I always feel good after I do my hair. Even if it doesn't turn out. I love the conditioner that they put in the hair color. And to this day, I think I have looked up uh, what the conditioners are, and I don't believe that they actually package those. And I have often felt that I would buy that. I would buy whatever it is that they put in the hair dye for. It doesn't matter which company it is. It doesn't matter if it's L'Oreal, Garnier, or Revlon. The after dyeing conditioner. I fucking love it. And this one that I did had like three butters in it. It had coconut butter and mango butter, and I can't remember the third one, but it smelled so good. I was just sitting there thinking, I would buy this. I would pay $10 for this conditioner easily, even if they just gave me a little bit. Um, and I'm sure that they're not spending it on that, and because I don't use conditioner a whole lot, but I love the way that shit smells, and it seems to just really, really condition the hair. And like, why are y'all not selling this? Like right with the hair dyes, just like after color conditioner, you know, as received in little packets in boxes of hair color. Um, Doing this one, which was like a color silk thing. I really hate when they put tubes in the stuff. I like it when they've got bottles. Like you pour one bottle into another. Um, that's what I like because when you have to mess with a tube, like a tube of toothpaste, it's like I'm not getting all of it out of there. And sometimes you get like to the point of it's like, ugh. Sometimes they give you really good gloves. Like I think Feria gives you really good gloves. Little known fact about, well, I don't know how little known it is, uh, but it was something I came across when I worked at Walgreens. Uh, Feria is not for gray coverage. If you see some little old lady walking around with pink hair, and you're like, I don't think she decided to go pink, it's because she used Feria. I actually had to call them about that, and they were like, "Well, it says on the box not for gray coverage," and so we looked over the box, and little tiny writing, not for gray coverage. And the thing is like Feria is so fucking cool though. Like they have some of the coolest colors that are not, it's not splat, but they come out with some really good colors. So much better than Preference, L'Oreal Preference, and Revlon Color Silk. Now, when you get into the higher dollar hair dyes, I don't know much about those because I normally go for whatever's on sale or I have a coupon for. But honestly, when I'm there, I'm always drawn to Feria because Feria's got like the best colors. And I'm like, why are y'all not figuring out how to do it for gray coverage? Like, don't just give me some boring color. That's the thing. They figure that if you're old and you've got gray hairs, well, they figure you're old if you have gray hairs. And they figure you're not going to want to do anything so cool. So they just give you basic colors. Now, I mean, you do get the occasional, like some of them are starting to catch on that maybe they can go a little bit more red or a little bit more like a purplish black or maybe a greenish black, or like they're starting to get on that some people have gray hair that are doing the at-home dye, and they want something more than medium brown. Gee, medium brown. Wow. Feria does the highlights and lowlights, and all that. I mean, and you do pay for it, but compared to some of them, I mean, there are some expensive ones. And as I said earlier, I am not near confident enough to use the stuff that they sell at Sally's. When I got this one, I was looking at the brush and going, oh no, do I have to use the brush? I don't want to use the brush. I guess that's for roots or whatever, but I am so no maintenance and low maintenance that I just pour it on and just rub it in. I suck. I cannot do, like, they'll always say, like, uh, uh, quarter your hair, or put in 4 sections. And I don't even have those fucking clips. I mean, if I have those clips, I always forget where they're at when I need them. And then it's just like, okay, I'm supposed to do a section at a time. Wow. No, I'm not gonna. So while I was dyeing my hair, I always take the time when I'm dyeing my hair to do other stuff. I had messed up my pedicure when I went last week because I thought it was dry and I put my socks on, and when I got home later on and went to pull my socks off, damn it, the big toe was not done. So I had to redo that. I didn't get the same color that I had at the shop because I didn't really pay attention for fucking once. I mean, I can remember the brand, but I couldn't find it on Amazon, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just get something similar. And then when I was painting them, I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to paint the other ones the same color and hope that since they were darker that they won't come out. Thankfully, it all turned out okay. So I know you were wondering. I know you were like, did it turn out okay? Yes, it did turn out okay. They look okay. Wait. Oh, can't see my toes. They turned out okay. It's not that different. So, yeah, I probably showed a little bit more than I should have there. No, I didn't. I'm wearing underwear. I didn't show shit. So, oh yeah, when I went through like the second coat and before I went to like the third coat and the top coat, I said, well, I'm going to clean the bathtub, and I went and did that. I also, when I'm doing my hair, I will clean the shower while I'm waiting on the after dyeing conditioner to take effect. While I'm standing there, I'll wash myself up, and then I'll be like, I mean, it's fun with red. Because let me tell you, when you go and put that water in your hair and go to lather, it looks like a fucking crime scene in that bathroom. It does. I have often thought, like I'm gonna take my phone in there and I am just gonna like look at what I did, and like tell somebody, go, I fucked up bad, man. I fucked up bad. Because I mean, it's like there's drops just everywhere. I mean, it'll even get on the ceiling. It's crazy. And I almost every time I will look down and I will see that's just red just running down my body, and I'm just like, yo, you're fucking covered in blood. It's like, it's stupid, right? But I do that every time. I will look down and just go, oh my God, if I could take a picture of this, I would. But I'm not going to take a picture of my tits with like hair dye running down them. I mean, nobody really wants to see that. It's only for my amusement. And it's only for a moment that I'm amused, because once the water really starts hitting it, it goes into that pink color, and I always lose so much hair. This is coming back though, and I know it's like my hair looks thin, right? It is, but I did my blood tests, and apparently I have an underactive thyroid, which oddly enough, I'm not fat. I should be overweight from an underactive thyroid, but I guess my medication kind of counteracts it. Fun fact that I learned when I was looking up underactive thyroid, or at least fun fact for me, is that antidepressants, they think a lot of people who have an underactive thyroid are on antidepressants. Um, and even like some people will be on an antidepressant when they've actually got an underactive thyroid. This is why I hate that doctors are so quick to prescribe antidepressants, because the antidepressant can be you can be depressed because your thyroid is underactive. And an antidepressant can cause an underactive thyroid. At least to my understanding it can. They've linked it to antidepressants, or they say most people do. Women, I think 60%, or by the age of 60. I should get my facts straight, right? But I clean up stuff. Got my tub all sparkling. I go home next week to my other home. I've started doing that because this is home and that's home, which is going to leave me eventually with a strange decision to make, because here I'm expected to get a career. And I don't know if I want a career. And I'm not sure what kind of career I would want. I mean, I was told, well, I don't want you being alone all day, sitting at the house all day. And I was like, well, I could go volunteer at that animal shelter where they got cats. I like cats. As far as occupying my time, I can do that. With the back and forth, having a job, like working a job that would be easy for me to get, is problematic, because I'd be asking, I'm thinking of 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off, or 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, like back and forth, until I've got things, because I cannot relocate here until I am certain that this is where I want to be. And I'm not ready to give up on this. And I've got a couple of things going on that, I think that I'm getting really good medical care here. My doctor said that she got my records, and my blood tests have shown that I've had an underactive thyroid for quite a long time, ever since I started going to see my physician in Arkansas. She was also quite upset that my iron was so low. My iron was 18, and normal range is between 42 and 100 and something. So she was quite worried about me, and she said, I would prescribe you iron pills, but we really need to take care of what's causing you to lose iron. What causes every girl to lose iron? No brainer, right? Next month, I have an appointment with a gynecologist, and hopefully we'll be able to get something worked out. I don't want a full hysterectomy. I want the ablation. But if they say, hey, we're doing a hysterectomy, then I guess I'm getting a hysterectomy, because I am done. I am so fucking done. I mean, it's going to happen, right? I'm going to hit menopause eventually. So if they have to force it quickly, I don't give a fuck. I am done with dealing with this. I've been highly anemic my whole fucking life, except when I was pregnant. And I'm tired of it. I mean, as much as I love to just chomp on some steak, and like really hit that, I've gotten to where I can't really tolerate milk, and frosted mini wheats are probably the best source of iron, but I have to consume milk for that. And it doesn't taste the same with other kinds of milk. I have tried that. Of course, I guess I could get the Lactaid milk. I don't know how that will work, because I'm not sure it's the lactose that's making me feel bad after I eat cereal or something. But I have to take a Xanax. So, but I feel like I'm getting really good medical care up here. And if nothing else, I mean, I need to come up. But I was planning on, I want to give this relationship 6 months or 7 months, or even if it's a year, what does it matter? I I know that my kids want me there. They want access to me like they've had their whole lives. I get that. And I feel bad that I can't like teleport because honestly, I would spend most of my days with my cats or my kids, and I have two cats now. Well, one is mine. And I would not want to put her on my aunt because my aunt has 10 cats. And I don't want to give her away if I had to, because Brian's allergic and I can't give her away because, I took responsibility for her. Um, she's a strange cat. And, not everybody would get that she's special. She's got good qualities. Can't bring her with me. So there's some things that I have to work out, you know, um, and things can happen. I'm waiting for, it's going to sound flaky, but I'm waiting for the universe to give me like a big sign. Like maybe I'm not supposed to be up here, but maybe I'm supposed to be up here at this time, for this relationship, for the medical care, for the experience, to give, my kids a chance to say, hey, we can, maybe give them a little grit. I don't know. There's no telling. You don't know what each thing is going to amount to. It's kind of like in hindsight, you're like, oh, that's why. So I don't know. But I feel like the decisions I'm making are good. I feel like I'm in a good place mentally. And, spiritually, that's hit and miss. Most of the time, yeah, I'm okay. Um, I just, the future is kind of like, I don't know. I'm not going to make plans too far out because that's just dumb for me. I'm not saying, like if you've got like a 5-year plan. I do not have a 5-year plan. My 5-year plan is to be alive. I plan on being alive. um, where I'll be, who I'll be with, I can't say, and I say in a poem I wrote, I can't promise you forever in my arms. I can only promise you my eternal love. If I love you today, I'll love you forever. That is something I know. Doesn't mean that you'll hold the same place in my life. It just means that I'll always be there. When I, not just when I can, but like when it's important, I'm going to move heaven and earth for people I love. Um, it's, I'm in a good place though. I know I say that, and the one person who I'm pretty certain is going to watch this is probably like, I don't think you are. I don't think you're in a good place. You're supposed to be here. um, but no, I I see improvements every day. Not just in other people, but in myself. I learn things daily about myself. and the world around me. And um, I know that everything's going to work out. I don't just depend on it. I mean, I'm going to make it so. As I said earlier today, make it so. I will make it so. Everything will work out. It may not work out the way I ultimately want it to, the way my kids ultimately want it to, the way my ex ultimately wants it to, but it will work out. Everything will make sense at some point. I don't think I'm wasting my time. I don't think I'm wasting my effort. And the same goes for when I am at my other home. I'm not wasting my time. I have some things that I want to accomplish while I'm down there. And I want to give my kids the opportunity to spend as much time with me as they can when I'm there, so that when I'm gone, I mean, what's 3 weeks? I mean, to some parents, 3 weeks is nothing. They ain't seen their kids in a couple of months. I mean, this happens in divorce and separations, that sometimes the kids don't see a parent for a while. Whether that's because that parent doesn't want to show up or that parent isn't allowed to show up, is really not important to the kid. It's just that is the way some people have it. You don't have 24/7 physical access to that parent. But my kids always have access via phone. They can video chat, and at some point when I decide to travel, like if I go to I think it's Stillwater Lake or Clearwater Lake. It's in Minnesota. I'm pretty sure it's Minnesota or Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. It's part of, I think it's close to the Great Lakes or whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna go to those places, and maybe when I go, I'll take one of my kids with me. If I take a side trip to Pennsylvania or to New York, that's something I'll probably do solo, and that is coming. I do have that plan, to take a side journey, because I do want to add more states to how many states I've been to. It's important to me at this point in my life. It's really important to me. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to go to those places, even if it's just passing through in a bus. I feel like it is time for me to see them, to not necessarily travel and experience, because like as far as like culture and cuisine, that's not going to happen too much. People who know me will tell you restaurants and me do not agree, or me and restaurants. But I enjoy the bus. I enjoy the people I meet on the bus. I met quite a few people, and with me, I know their life story pretty quick. I get them to open up, and I enjoy the shit out of that. I love hearing somebody's story, and I may never know their name. Like the people I talk to on the bus, I've got no clue what their names are. We never said, "Hi, I'm Anne, and you are?" No. We just started talking. And I can't tell you their name, but I can tell you their life story, and I can tell you what they lied to me about, because I did hear some lies. Now, whether some of the lies were to me like, okay, that's an intentional lie, and then some lies were lies that they were telling themselves. But it didn't matter. I don't call people out on that's a lie. No, I'll let them keep talking about it, because it's entertaining to me. Even if I know they're lying to me, it's still entertaining, because I want to see, just how far they're going to go in that story. And plus, I know that when they're telling a story, like that, if I'm entertained, if they're anything like me, they feel good. They're like, I am entertaining this person. And they enjoy telling that lie that they're telling me because I'm entertained. I am engaged. But I'd be just as engaged if their life was boring as fuck. I would ask questions, but the fact of the matter is these people, I didn't have to fight with them for the conversation. I didn't have to ask them questions. They just opened up about it. And I love that. I could so be like a hobo. I think like riding the rails and meeting people, except that I'm a girl and I I'm not that tough, you know. I mean, I'll keep myself safe by staying around people. That's the best way for in my opinion is to just kind of just kind of watch and be around people that I get a good vibe from, but not leave the area with them. You stay around people, you stay where there are witnesses. um, it's a that's a big deal for me. Stay where there are witnesses. Um, but I'm gonna go now. It has been a good day. Tomorrow's probably gonna be a boring day for me, but that's okay. It's all right. The Valentine's Day is coming up. If you have a sweetheart, be sure to do something nice for them. If you don't have much money, get them a candy bar. Get them something that they want that maybe they won't buy for themselves. That's probably the best bit of advice I've got is get them something they want that they won't buy for themselves. A lot of times, like for me, if you see me touch it, I want it. If you see me pick it up and put it in a basket, and then before I check out, I take it out, that is something I want that I won't buy for myself. And those little things, noticing those little things, like if you know that she likes a particular ice cream, or he, they like a particular ice cream, a particular candy bar that they don't often have. Bonus points if you can find something that you've actually heard them complain that they can't find. Yeah, bonus points. Hint, hint, that's a UFO, bitches. If you can find me a UFO, I'm going to be like, oh! Or a score bar in Ohio. That, and you didn't even have to spend much. A score bar is like under $1. A UFO is like $1.69, So if you're broke, just finding that one thing that they can't seem to find and knowing that you probably had to go to a couple of places. Now, if you got lucky and only had to go to one, wow. Awesome job, you. Because we're going to think, oh my God, I haven't found, where did you get this? I've been looking all over for these. Where did you find them? Like you'll get that kind of response. And it will be a memorable experience. You just might get some extra stuff. They're going to feel like, oh my God, you went to so much trouble, especially women. I mean, men, maybe not so much. Maybe the man just wants like something you never do for him that he always asks you to do. That might be like about all guys really expect. I don't know if a bunch of guys watch this, they might be like, hey, we want more than just like a blowjob. Not every guy is like, I want a blowjob and you never give me one. That's just my personal story. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Have a good night. Adios.